If you told me 10 years ago that one day I'd be flying Southwest Airlines between the Hawaiian Islands, I don't think I would have believed you. But sure enough, here I am flying Southwest between two airports thousands of miles away from where I'd normally expect to fly it. While most of my recent visit back to the islands was spent in Kona, I wanted to see if I could squeeze in a quick trip to Honolulu. And sure enough, Southwest happened to offer an unbeatable price for a day trip, and I booked without hesitation. In this video, apart from the quick 30-minute inter-island flight, we'll cover the story of Southwest Airlines in the Hawaiian market, including both the impact it's made and the struggles it has experienced. Aloha and good morning from Kona, where we've just parked our rental car at the main parking lot and are now headed across the street into the terminal. Parking at Kona Airport costs $24 a day, which for both Hawaiian and overall major airport standards is really not that bad. Given we are flying Southwest today, I checked in online as usual, and with mobile boarding passes in hand, it was straight to TSA pre-check. Southwest operates out of gates 1 through 5 in Kona, which are collectively referred to as Terminal 1. All flights to the US mainland go from here, so even if you're just flying Southwest on these inter-island flights, your bags will still need to clear agricultural screening. Kona Airport hasn't changed very much since my last visit here about 8 months ago. The terminal is still receiving renovations, but even once work is completed, I'm glad Kona will retain the best part about its terminal, that being the open-air design. It's simple but really provides that tropical island ambiance, and not to mention front-row views and sounds of all the aircraft. This UPS 767 had flown in earlier that morning from Ontario to Honolulu and then onwards to Kona. After offloading its remaining cargo here, it's now departing empty back to Ontario, California. I was happy seeing this particular 767 because 2 years ago I interned at Chicago Rockford International Airport, UPS's second largest hub, so I remember seeing this aircraft pretty often. How cool to see it again over 4,000 miles away from where I saw it last time. Soon enough, our 737 arrived on time from Honolulu, and with that, let's get into the whole story behind Southwest's journey into the Hawaiian market. As crazy as it sounds, Southwest initially announced its intentions to begin Hawaiian flights 8 years ago in October 2017 with service from the West Coast. This was the first time that Southwest would operate flights with such extended periods over water, more so than its existing routes to the Caribbean. As such, the airline experienced various delays in early 2018 as it awaited regulatory approvals, for example ETOPS certification, for the aircraft flying over the Pacific. Furthermore, because nothing like this had ever been done at Southwest, it needed to ensure that it was able to fly these aircraft safely on these long overwater routes. So by February 2019, that necessitated multiple proving flights from the mainland US to Hawaii with FAA oversight. Eventually, Southwest received approval to begin serving Hawaii, and its first tickets for these flights went on sale in March 2019, with the inaugural flight from Oakland to Honolulu taking off on March 17th. Southwest's entry into the Hawaiian market, especially on inter-island routes, finally gave some proper competition to Hawaiian Airlines. While Hawaiian competes with the likes of US Legacy Airlines on mainland routes, it was left largely uncontested on inter-island flights. Even though Hawaiian rightfully remains the largest airline within, to, and from the Hawaiian Islands, Southwest's entry into the market provided some much-needed fare competition and has since contributed to lower ticket prices on inter-island flights. Boarding was conducted in the usual Southwest Airlines style, and today I'd be boarding with position A57. The discussion of Southwest eliminating its unique boarding style and open seating is an entirely different topic that I'll cover in the next video. Anyway, Kona remains the only major Hawaiian airport completely lacking jet bridges, meaning all flights board and deplane via stairs. Much like Kona's terminal itself, this also really capitalizes on the whole tropical island feeling. Our flight this morning was fairly empty, with all passengers either having an empty middle seat or an entire row to themselves. The seats themselves are comfortable, and even though this is just a 30-minute flight, I wouldn't mind sitting in these on a flight to the mainland, especially where I'm sitting. I settled on seat 16F, which despite not being directly by the exit door, is still considered an exit row seat. The main perks of 16A and 16F are that there's no seat directly in front of them in row 15, so you literally get unlimited legroom. Of course, the drawback would be no underseat storage, but because this flight was so empty, I was able to put my backpack under the middle seat next to me. This was my first time experiencing one of these infinite legroom seats, and I'm glad to enjoy this while I could. When Southwest implements its new policy changes in 2026, extra legroom seats like this will only be available for a significant upcharge. Southwest Hawaiian flights are all operated on Boeing 737 MAXs, with very rare equipment changes to 737-800s. Regardless, this aircraft features the new seats complete with both USB-A and C charging ports. And lastly, given 16A and F don't have a seat in front of them, the tray tables are in the armrests. I mean, technically there are seats in front, but good luck reaching them. Today, Southwest serves the Hawaiian Islands from the following mainland airports. It also competes with Hawaiian Airlines on all of the same inter-island routes except for Hilo Kahului and Lihue to Kona. Now, unfortunately, while Southwest's ambitions were to disrupt the Hawaiian market and compete head-on with Hawaiian Airlines, it hasn't received the desired results. While Southwest's entry has since contributed to lower fares between the islands, hence why I'm flying them today, it just hasn't been able to give Hawaiian Airlines a good fight. Unlike Southwest, Hawaiian's fleet of Boeing 717s are dedicated for inter-island flights. The 737 MAXs that Southwest flies to Hawaii have to juggle both mainland and inter-island routes. Therefore, it hasn't proved particularly sustainable for Southwest to continue operating so many inter-island flights because Hawaiian Airlines has the advantage not only in terms of fleet optimization, but also brand identity, market share, and a strong backing by Alaska Airlines. Long story short, Southwest announced in late 2024 that it would be shifting its strategy for its Hawaiian services, reducing inter-island flights as much as 30%, and we'll discuss this further once we're on the ground in Honolulu. Given these inter-island runs are so short, Southwest doesn't offer any in-flight service. That's another disadvantage compared to Hawaiian Airlines, who have a common service offering across all inter-island flights. To Southwest's credit though, they do have in-seat power and fantastic Wi-Fi, not that you really need it for these short flights. Our approach into Honolulu brought us in from the southeast. Now, during busier times, flights usually turn base a little further out west, but given there weren't many flights landing at this time, we turned directly over Kapolei John Rogers Field and then, as usual, came in past Pearl Harbor for landing on runway 8 left. Southwest had high aspirations when it entered the Hawaiian market in 2019. Like I've mentioned before concerning its operations at Chicago O'Hare, Southwest is a highly ambitious airline which doesn't always work out to its advantage. At one point, inter-island flights accounted for 2/3 of Southwest's Hawaiian operation. Now, for an airline that's so new to this market, that's a lot of flights, and it makes sense why Southwest didn't perform as intended, because Hawaiian Airlines has been dominant here for decades, allowing it to build a loyal customer base. Competitive pressures and high costs made it clear that Southwest was continuously underperforming. You might have even picked up on that given how empty this flight was. Thus, since the beginning of 2025, Southwest has reduced frequencies on most intra-island and some mainland routes, reflecting its shifted strategy in Hawaii that will focus more on direct flights from mainland cities like Las Vegas and San Jose. But overall, Southwest entering the Hawaiian market has been great for consumers as it's contributed to lower fares between the islands. My round-trip ticket was a crazy $72, which was at least $30 cheaper than Hawaiian Airlines. I am really glad that Southwest is in Hawaii, especially the inter-island market, and I'm also glad that it's reshaping its Hawaiian strategy for future success. However, unless there's a big price difference, my go-to choice for inter-island travel will always be Hawaiian Airlines because, let's be honest, there's nothing more perfect than flying a Hawaiian airline within Hawaii. But of course, let me know your thoughts and preferences in the comments below. And welcome to Honolulu, my first ever home, where I'll be for the entire day before flying Southwest back to Kona this evening. That video is coming up next and we'll cover some serious changes coming to the airline. But until I see you then, mahalo nui loa for watching, and until next time, aloha.